Alright folks, welcome. I'm going to do a culture shock video for you today. And it snowed a little bit. I'm at the Maschsee. If you know Hanover, you know the Maschsee. I have actually filmed here before. It's not my first time. Anyway, before I get into it, the stadium over there is changing its name. I don't know a whole lot about that, but a few minutes ago, a cute little girl from the radio station came by and was going to ask me questions, and I had to turn her down because I had nothing of value to say, nor was I speaking German. Her English was good, but at the time there was like nobody out here. I kind of felt bad for her. I was like, well, I'm about to make a YouTube video. Anyway, back to the culture shock. World War II and the Nazis. For me in the US, I could only learn about this a little bit. I have never, before coming to Germany, I have never been anywhere so involved, you know. About 10 years ago was my second time here in Germany, and I visited the Bergen-Belsen, the location of that concentration camp. I don't need to, there's no words to describe that. It's just a feeling. If you've been there, then you know. If you have not been there, for me, it's amazing, to try to, yeah. If you don't know it, it's filled with mass graves, you know. You see mounds, big mounds of earth, and there's numbers, and that's the approximate number of bodies buried there, and it's thousands. Anyway, before that was 10 years ago, 2012. When I first came here in August 2011, I was shown the Maschsee, and I was told about how it was a man-made lake. I don't know if you can, somewhere up there is the top of the Rathaus, right there. And when Corona's not a problem, you can go up there and take a peek of the whole city, and I want to do that again sometime. But I was told about how the Maschsee was man-made, and clearly since then I've learned a lot more. Like, for example, it's an engineering work of art because it was made to help control the flooding in the spring from the river, and the water is higher, the lake is higher than the river. Anyway, no. Sorry. Maybe I'll make a whole nother video about the Maschsee. I want to talk about my first time setting foot in a location where the Nazis had been. Not only was Hanover, famously destroyed in the war, but this is the first spot in my life that I ever stood. And I've seen, there's photos. When the lake was built in the 1930s, okay. And those guys took a lot of credit for it. But there's photos of all of those flags, you know. Think about it. That's chilling. I know a lot of you Germans have grown up with this. You know you don't want to hear it anymore, but there's so very few of the amount of Americans, you know, there's so very few people like me have been able to stand here, and I guarantee even less of them have stood here and let that sink in. I don't know if they've rebuilt that, but there's photos of Hitler standing there giving a speech. This is shocking, because I didn't grow up with this. Like, I have had moments, I've had moments where I allow myself to get too deep into stuff like this. With the Stolpersteiner. Thinking about all those people. But like, overall, coming from a place that was so ridiculously safe from World War II. Like many of you over here in Europe, we in the United States really were clueless. Totally clueless. And like, yeah, we had people come over here and fight and die, but we didn't have people, no one in my family ever had to rebuild. No one in my family ever had to see that rise of power. We didn't have to experience that. So that is that's probably the biggest culture shock that I have felt. Because it's really just a feeling. Yeah, I think that's all I really got to say about that. If any of you would like to know more, I think there is some really cool history about the Maschsee. And I wasn't joking, like it's an engineering marvel? I don't know. It's really cool what they did to be able to, the way that, the lake is higher than the river. And it helps control the flooding and whatnot. Anyway. Shit, even before the Nazis. Like, this used to be swamp area. Okay, now you get a little Maschsee lesson. Like, there used to be a massive monument. Like a big nationalist monument. It's even where there was a book burning there before the lake was built. See, stuff like that is a culture shock to me. I'm sorry if it bores you, but a lot of you people want to know what a culture shock is. Wait, I want to show you something else. There's something, like maybe I could save this. I don't need to show you. Across the lake, there's two statues of a man and a woman naked. And for people like me, like the tourist that comes here, it looks like a piece of art. For me, it's like, oh, look at how open the Germans are. In the United States, statues of naked bodies, like people don't like that. People are so conservative, they don't like it. Now, I know why those statues are there. And I know a lot of people want those also with like that monument over there. There's a few things around the Maschsee that I know people want to be removed. And I understand why. I think it's more important to educate, because I think it's wrong for someone like me, completely clueless, to come by and like, oh, look how beautiful these are. But no, like, it's more important for people to know that the statues of the man and the woman were the Nazis' ideal perfect bodies. That's what they first represented. Lots of hard shit. See, this is a culture shock. Stuff like that is a culture shock. Tasting German candies is bullshit. Anyway, yeah. That's probably my... Sorry, didn't mean to yell at you. The Maschsee really is a beautiful spot, though. Luckily, I came in here just a little after it stopped snowing, and there was like nobody. I saw nobody around. Now there's a few people. People are starting to move around. Anyway, but I'll wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I got nothing, like there's nothing planned going. So maybe I have to do a couple more videos like this. I don't know, we will see. But because of the stupid high corona numbers, I can't go anywhere. So I need to create my own adventure at home, kind of, sort of thing. But we will see. So everyone, I hope you stay healthy. And thanks for watching. Since we're on the algorithm stuff today, you know, the thumbs up button, click subscribe if you haven't. Comments are good. I got a Trinkgeld link down below. That's very good too. I appreciate you all for supporting me. And bis nächste Mal. Tschüss.